We're 24 hours out of the draft, and I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. And it's about two teams that you can pretty much associate with good news. It's actually not bad news, it's weird news. Good news and weird news. Let me start with the weird. Like every other GM, Detroit Lions GM, Bob Quinn, will be conducting the draft from his home. And like every other general manager, Bob Quinn is prepared in case there are some technical issues. Everybody in the league right now is freaking out about what happens if technically the system crashes, their system. Bob Quinn's no different. So he announced that he's going to have an IT specialist on standby. Actually, let's be more specific than him just having an IT specialist on standby.
We're going to have an IT specialist here with me. So he actually decided to rent a mini Winnebago to sit in my driveway. So he'll be camped out in my driveway. And, I'm not sure how my neighborhood association is going to like that, but that's life.
All right. So on the one hand, we had Dwayne Casey on just now, and you heard me. I said Detroit is a great sports town. Detroit is a very proud city. If you're looking for me to be one of those national hosts or a guy with a platform that's going to smash Detroit, you're barking up the wrong tree. I love Detroit. Now that I got that out of the way, the Lions IT specialist is going to be in an RV outside of Quinn's home for 3 straight days. Again, I love the city of Detroit. It is a great sports town. It's an amazing city in and of itself. The fan base is incredible. They get dumped on way too much. But I've got to say right now, Detroit, the hell are you doing? An RV? A mobile home. And that's not directed at the city of Detroit. That's not directed at the people of Detroit. It's directed at whoever came up with the idea of having their draft strategy involve a guy in a mobile home in a driveway. I mean, come on, man. At least go with a Sprinter van or something modern like that. A Winnebago just sounds like some busted up, rusted out piece of bleep from the 70s and Cousin Eddie out there trying to empty the crapper.
Shitter was full!
Yeah. You checked our shitters, honey?
Clark, please. He doesn't know any better.
I know it's an interesting time. I know it's a challenging time. But if your draft strategy includes the words Winnebago or mobile home, you're asking to be clowned. And only one franchise would do that. Only one, the Lions. Like you don't hear the Seahawks talking about incorporating a mobile home or a camper into their plans for the draft. And if an RV really is the only thing you can do, if that's your only good solution, if you have no other way around it, man, keep that to yourself. I would not make that public. I hate that story. I hate that story because it's practically begging Gino in San Antonio to jump on his phone and then do something like this.
I know you're hoping that somebody's going to rise up from the ashes of your once literate city to defend you, but I got bad news. Mitch Albom, he ain't walking through that door. Once he realized that the 5 people he was going to meet in heaven were all wearing Red Wings jerseys, he moved to L.A. And I can't blame him because if things get any worse in your city, the president's probably going to send in Snake Plissken to rescue Calvin Johnson. Face it, the only large society of people with the same values as you are prisoners.
Gino. Man, I love that city. I love that city, and I hate that story. So let me move on from the weird news to the good news. The good news is the Los Angeles Chargers' new unis. Have you seen them? Damn, they're incredible. And they dropped them in one of the cockiest uniform reveals ever.
Well, you haven't seen anything yet.
Since 1960, we've been rolling out some of the best uniforms in the game. Like this one, and who could forget this one? Think we can't top those? Think again. Because this is about doing something bold, fearless, taking something you love, and bringing it back to the lab. But how do you improve on perfection? First, you start with the design process.
Taking inspiration from the subtle curvature of the bolt, we analyze the ratio underpinning our logo in an effort to craft.
Nah, who cares? All you need to know is we took the best and made it better. See? Told ya.
Did you catch that moment early on when the narrator was talking about, quote, taking inspiration from the subtle curvature of the bolt? We analyzed the ratios underpinning the logo in an effort to craft, and then just stopped. That's a shot at all the other teams that have gear this year and try to justify it with designer speak. The Chargers do not have to do this. No, their approach was more like this. Nah, who cares? All you need to know is that we took the best and we made it even better.
Nah, who cares? All you need to know is we took the best and made it better.
I love it. I love it. It's not bragging if you can back it up. And the Chargers backed it up. Look, I don't always talk about uniforms because it's a matter of taste. And in taste, you can't really have an argument. But if you don't love these new uniforms, we're going to have an argument. Like, the Winnebago is a terrible idea. The Chargers' new kits are an awesome idea. Powder blue power. Let's go ahead and start right at the very top. They're going with white helmets with the lightning bolt and an old school number. Then you've got a simplified bolt on the shoulders and on the pants and 6 different combinations. There's a powder blue jersey with white pants combo. There's powder blue with gold pants, white with gold, and a couple of blue on blue combos. But have you seen the all white unis? White helmet, white jersey, white pants, ice cold. Just seeing that look makes me forget that some NFL team has an RV parked in their GM's driveway.
Ice.
If the mantra, look good, feel good, play good, is true, you better just give them the Lombardi right now. Give them all Lombardis right now. Man, that was handled beautifully. They handled that all right. And the Lions got it all weird. And weird is normally good, but not in this case. I've got kind of a fascination with setups. Technical setups. Even long before this all went down, long before the virus hit, I've always been kind of fascinated by people's office setups, desk setups, Mac setups. So when you see all these GMs coming home and having to conduct the draft, it's really interesting to see the way they're going about it. Like John Lynch, I saw a picture of his setup, really clean. John Schneider with the Seahawks apparently has got 25 different monitors. He's getting ready. Tom Telesco's got a really clean setup. And then you've got the Lions with a Winnebago outside of Quinn's house. That's not a clean setup. And again, if you don't have a better idea than that, and you should, that's not even a Detroit thing. But if you do not have a better idea than that, and man, you better, I'd keep that to yourself. I would not be telling people that, yeah, you know what? We're good. We're ready. I've got a Winnebago and my IT camped out outside. A Winnebago.